They call it the Blue Line. The RTA has appointed as project management consultancy for this big 5-year project. We've got them in the studio. We've also got a bit of a summer challenge at the moment, Rich and I, to come up with walk-on music for every single guest. Pierre Santoni is the regional president for infrastructure at Parsons, looking after the Middle East as well as Europe and Africa. We're very pleased to have him. And Mabruk, Pierre, well done.
Thank you. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Richard.
Well, this is a very nice contract to have. Tell me exactly what you guys are going to be responsible for.
So we have been involved in this project for a little while already. So we took care of the initial studies and preliminary design. We also helped the government of Dubai, RTA, procure the contractor and the systems and the rolling stock for the project. So we're currently in the execution phase. So the contract that we just signed covers project management, construction supervision services, and also testing and commissioning to help deliver the project on time, on budget, by the very well-known deadline of 9/9/29, set by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed. And that also includes making sure the program is delivered to the highest standards of quality and safety on time and on budget, as I mentioned.
So the contract spans 5 years. Where are we right now? What stage are we at?
So we started construction a few months ago, just at the beginning of this year. This is a program that will go on for a little while. As you mentioned, 5 years will be the first opening date. I'm sure there'll be staged openings as we saw in previous stages of the metro. This is a very challenging, very ambitious program with a very tight deadlines. We're talking about 30 kilometers of rail, 12 kilometers of viaducts, about 14.5 kilometers of underground tunnels, single bore, 3 iconic stations, 3 interchange stations, 1 major iconic stations at Dubai Creek Harbor, highest in the world, has to have a record. It's Dubai. So no small feat to achieve in such a short period of time.
And you guys have been involved with the previous 2 lines as well. What's been learnt from building the other metro lines that will come into play here? What can we now do better, bigger, faster, efficiently, or differently?
So great question. I mean, yes, we have been involved since the very beginning, and we're very fortunate to have helped the government of Dubai deliver all these lines, to the Green Line, the Blue Line, the Route 2020 to the Expo, the tram as well, which is also a rail system, just not far from here. So what have we learned? We're working in a very dense urban environment that is live with a lot of people. So safety is a major concern, obviously, as usual. We're deploying additional technology that was not available at the time we started those projects back in 2007. Today, to help us deliver, we're also going to, we've learned a lot about the interaction and the coordination with all the stakeholders. We actually developed a whole stakeholder management system specific to the metro on the previous stages that we'll update and that we have updated and we'll use here as well. So all sorts of lessons learned, but I would say today we're also deploying a lot more technology to help us deliver the projects that we did before, things that did not exist at the time.
What about the cost of building this now and over the next 5 years? How does that compare with the historic costs of building those first lines?
So there've been increases in cost, obviously, over the years, but we're looking more at the benefits that the project will bring to the communities that it serves. So we're looking at, RTA did a study that shows that the project will have a benefit to cost ratio of about 2.6. So we'll generate 2.6 dirhams of return for each dirham of investment. And we're only talking about things that we can quantify today. So value of time savings, saving in carbon emissions, reduction in accidents, things like this. We're not even talking about the benefits to the community by raising property values along the alignment. We've seen that on the current program, on the current system. This will happen again on along the Blue Line. So overall, the project fits perfectly within the Dubai 2033 economic agenda. It also takes care of, it also serves a lot of communities that are part of the Dubai Urban Master Plan 2040, Silicon Oasis, Academic City. So yeah, it's a major undertaking.
What kind of investment is it? And how much does it cost to build something like this?
So at the moment, we're looking at a little over 20 billion dirhams for the capex. That includes also procuring 28 additional train sets, driverless, to increase the number of trains on the system.
And what does it mean for job creation and business creation within the UAE in terms of using local suppliers, local contractors, etc.?
So it's significant because you'll have thousands of people working on the metro on the project during the construction itself, but you also have during the execution phase, so the part that will be visible to the public, to the economic actors of the emirate and more globally, because Dubai is a global city, is the additional investment opportunities that will be available along the various parts of the metro. Bringing also connectivity to Dubai Academic City, 50,000 students by 2040. Dubai Silicon Oasis is one of the key districts of knowledge hubs for startups for Dubai. So a lot of this will be. It's very hard to quantify it at this point, but it will have a major impact, and we can quantify what has been done, what has been generated. The current system has carried almost 300 million people already over its lifetime. It carries nearly 1 million people per day. So you think about the impact that this has on traffic, on the communities that it serves. It's quite significant.
Well, the population's a lot larger than when we were planning the last two lines. How does that influence the size of what you're building, the size of stations, number of escalators, anything else?
So everything is sized based on projection of traffic, obviously, right? So this is derived by the size of the communities and the planned size of the communities. So Dubai has done a really good job at developing transportation models that enable us to forecast with as much of a degree of accuracy as we can, given the parameters, the patronage that each station will have. Then we size it accordingly. So, for example, the system will open with a capacity of about 100 and a little over 100,000 to 200,000. At peak, it will accommodate 320,000 people per day. That's a 35% increase in capacity to the existing system.
Does that mean they're physically bigger, though? Will there be physically bigger stations?
No, they will not be physically bigger. They'll be more efficient because we're using technology to process people a lot faster through the stations to bring them in. The integration, the multimodal integration around the stations will be a lot greater. Transit-oriented development principles are applied a lot more widely here in Dubai in new communities. That wasn't necessarily the case back in 2005 and 6 when the initial stages were planned. So all this will contribute to making the system a lot more efficient with the same footprint that the current system has.
Does it also mean that we'll see less of the sort of the feeder bus in and out of communities, and maybe the stations themselves branching out? I'm thinking of, you've mentioned the amount of tunnelling there. I'm thinking of Hong Kong, Singapore, the amount of exits and exits you have for each station because they do go underground. Is there more of that being brought in?
Yes, of course. So you look at International City, for example, which is the interchange station. That will be deep underground under the community, so will not affect during the construction, will not affect the community, but it will have a major impact on it when you think about the tens of thousands of people that commute in and out of that part of Dubai. Dragon Mart underground station as well. So all of this will significantly reduce the impact that it has on the current network, and we'll have new modes of mobility such as cycling, scooters, electric vehicles, things like this that are accommodated today.
Pierre Santoni is the Regional President of Infrastructure at Parsons. They are the guys who have the contract, the project management for the new Metro Blue Line. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.